16 years of war, of destabilizing that had caused untold misery and suffering among the masses in Mozambique and Zimbabwe. Upon retiring from office, Chissano continued to deploy his art of negotiation and peacemaking, and to play a prominent international role when he was appointed envoy of the United Nations Secretary General for the 2005 summit to review the implementation of the Millennium Declaration, as well as special envoy of the United Nations Secretary General to Guinea-Bissau, again as an envoy of the Secretary General of the United Nations to Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the areas affected by the LRA in Uganda. Recently, he also served as the SADC Special Envoy for the political conflict in Madagascar. Why all this? Special envoy for Africa, for SADC, for United Nations, because they see in him a man with a vision, a man who can bring stability in our region. Meanwhile, on the Mozambican political scene, Chissano took office as Prime Minister of the transitional government before being appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs when Mozambique became independent in 1975. With the tragic death of President Samora Machel in 1986 October, Chissano was elected as his successor. In 1994, he won the presidential election in the first multi-party elections in the history of that country, and was re-elected in 1999. And he remained as president of the Republic of Mozambique for 18 years. Maziwa. He instituted progressive socio-economic reforms, which culminated in the adoption of the 1990 Constitution that transformed Mozambique to the multi-party system enjoyed today. On the peace and humanitarian front, Chissano currently serves and chairs several international forums, such as chairperson of the Chissano Foundation. These are huge organizations. I know most of us, some like me, I was elected to chair a funeral organization. I was very happy, but that was the first time the community felt I had a role to play. He is chairperson of the Africa Forum of former African heads of state and government. Mapawa, chairman of the Forum of former African heads of state and government. He is a member of the board of the Club of Madrid. The Hunger Project is a member. Member of the International Crisis Group. Member of the Peace Pax Foundation, as well as the Goodwill Ambassador for the Portuguese-speaking countries community, and the Global Youth Partnership Initiative. I can end there, but I know I can add a bit. He has been a member of the Advisory Council of the World Food Prize since 2008. He is also a member of the high-level task force for the climate services at the World Meteorological Organization since 2010, and a member of the advisory panel for global development at the Melinda and Gates Foundation 2009. This is an African icon, a son of the soil, Mwanawevu, from Southern Africa, being looked for not only in SADC but on the African continent. Not only on the African continent, but by the Secretary General of the United Nations to be sent in other continents, creating peace, stability, and social harmony. Mirapedo. To crown it all, our guest of honor has received the highest awards and prizes from many countries, including the Hunger Project 1997, the Kellogg Foundation Award 2004, Together for Peace, the Chatham House 2006, and the inaugural Mo Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership 2007. You know, Zakuti, we're at Mimosa today with our guest of honor. And the leadership at Mimosa was briefing me, saying that yesterday they were giving awards to workers at Mimosa for staying at the same job for 10, 15 years. But these are international awards for commitment, recognized by leaders of various countries, that here is a man who changes the lives of nations. He is a multilingual, cosmopolitan man who speaks. Languages, $20. How many languages does he speak? $20, $20, $20. No one answers it. How many? I'll keep my $20. He speaks 5 international languages. 5. Shan. Fluently. That is Portuguese. Obrigado. English, congratulations. French, bon appetit. Swahili, ndugu. Then Shangani, what do I say, Shangani? Yeah? Ausheni. And of course, we did not write down the smaller dialects like Shona. Finally, His Excellency Joaquim Alberto Chissano is a family man who is married to Messelina Rafael, and the good Lord has blessed them with 4 children. You will agree with me, colleagues here, that His Excellency Comrade Chissano's credentials far exceed the assignment we have requested him to undertake this evening. We are indeed privileged to be addressed by such an illustrious, an icon, exalted and internationally acclaimed son of Africa. It is now my humble and singular honor to invite His Excellency, Comrade Joaquim Alberto Chissano, to deliver his keynote address to you, the vanguard of our economic revolution. I thank you.
We have heard here very eloquent words which match with the purpose of our gathering. But all the same, let me say that it is indeed a most singular honor for me to have been invited to deliver a keynote address at this propitious event in the development of Midlands State University, the dinner to celebrate the proposed grand construction of the university library. And I say it's very beautiful. I therefore feel proud to be part of this august audience, proud to be part of a benevolent and committed audience that is faithful to the purposes of the founders of Midlands State University, and indeed proud to be in a progressive partnership with a nation whose ethos is deeply rooted in the emancipation of its people from the bondage of ignorance through education. With knowledge, societies largely shaping the agenda of the global economy which in turn is being increasingly driven by sophisticated technologies and service industries, and with many countries struggling to partake in the industrial and high technology sectors of the global economy, higher education has fast become a priority for the creation of wealth and sustainable socio-economic growth and job creation the world over. It is in this context that I extend special greetings to you all who have come to share in the theme and excitement of the evening. Indeed, the occasion is great and the cause is good. Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I wish to exceedingly applaud the people and the inclusive government in Zimbabwe for the peace and tranquility that is prevailing in Zimbabwe today. For without the resulting social ambience, we would not be gathered here tonight, freely and cheerfully facilitating Midlands State University's vision of growth expansion. With peace comes security, and with security, development is inevitable. It is in that very context that my address tonight will focus on sharing with you some thoughts on the costs of conflict and the profits of peace, as well as a consideration of the nexus between political stability and regional economic development in Southern Africa, with a specific reference to Zimbabwe and Mozambique. As we stride ahead towards our destiny, we need to pause a while and take a deliberate glance at the long and rough road to freedom that we have traveled. For it is through our past blunders and victories, or what is commonly known as experience, that we learned how to live life in the present and how to rise above obstacles and grow in the future. Recent political crises in Southern Africa in general, and Zimbabwe in particular, have clearly demonstrated that conflict situations in one country do not only have a negative impact on the socio-economic development of that country alone, but also impact negatively through the contagion effect on regional macroeconomic stability and collaboration. In the same vein, latest positive political developments in our region have also demonstrated that through sustained mediation efforts by our regional groupings, SADC, most of these conflicts can be resolved, as happened in Zimbabwe and in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2000.